And I brought my son with me this time. Say hi, Gavin. Hi, Gavin. First time overseas, first time eating espadada, jumping in the ocean. We went earlier with Diogo, so we had fun first day. We haven't slept for 2 days though, so yes, we tried to sleep earlier, but we'll still get through it. So maybe I'll use a guard opening first. We're gonna open the guard first, and then we're going to get into different pressure passing, okay? Of course, you can use jiu-jitsu for self-defense, for tournaments, but also for MMA, right? So my mentality always has the strikes involved. It's different jiu-jitsu sometimes with no punches, yeah? So we'll keep the mind of still having punches as well while we're here. And we'll do a guard opening first. Can I use you, Diogo? So I have several different ways that I can open the guard. Typically, I'm not going to stay on the ground. I prefer to stand, okay, to stand up. One of the ways that I really like is to grab 2-on-1, and I start to make myself with the guard, okay? And I make myself stand up, and I stand up with a cross arm. One of my favorite ways, okay? So I don't want you to think that the way that I teach today is the only way. I really like that way too, but today we'll do a little bit different version. I want the inside space and controlling his arms. Whether I have my forearms, so I cup like this, okay? I can have my arms too, but he can move his arms, right? Like, yeah, do stuff like this, or lift your arm above your head, and stuff like that. So I want to make sure that I'm not following his arms too much. I want to control his arms more like this, right? So now you can move your arms a little bit more, right? And he can't strike deep from the bottom. There's still lots of strikes that someone can do from the bottom on you, so I want to still not get hit from the bottom. Then I'm going to try to get a thumb up grip in the armpit. So I'm going to be here like this. Here like this. And I'll be able to put all of my weight into his chest. Okay? And actually, can you let go real quick? What I'm going to do is I'm going to end up walking up, and I'm going to walk close to him until my heel touches the ground and my knees on my chest. See how I have my weight on my chest? Even when I sit back, I'm going to be like that, and I have my knee on my chest. You'll notice a mistake today when you're on your toes and your heel comes off the ground. Okay? I don't want my heel to come off the ground. So it's really important that you keep your heel on the ground and you walk to your hands. Okay? So again, I made a block like this in the beginning. We won't get too much into this right now, but then I'll come here. And then I put all my weight into this, and I walk into him, and I rise up. Okay? So there's a few different ways that we can do it. I'm just gonna pick one knee today. All right? So if I put this knee to the inside, this one can kind of push his hips just a little bit. I'm gonna walk my left knee over here. No, can you keep your guard? Sorry, I know I'm tall. Right? And I'll find that little space below your tailbone. Right below your tailbone in your asshole, right? Right there. Once I find that spot, I found it on Diego. Now I can walk my hands back towards his hips, and I sit down like this. Okay? So now we're in a combat base. I'm sitting on my laces. All right? The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press his leg down and switch my legs. Watch. You see that? This splits his guard. Can you close your half guard? No, right? So like I have him open. This makes it easy. I can pass right through. If I split the legs and then just sit on my knees, he will close his half guard. It's okay. We're gonna cover that too. But a perfect world and the best is he can't connect his feet. His guard is unable to be half guard closed. Okay. Again, bicep control, and then I get my thumbs inside of the armpits. Even when I'm like this, I'm not flared with my elbows. I'm still kind of holding his body a little bit. I walk into him, I push forward, and now I got that one knee in his tailbone. I can kind of find it, and once I find it, I walk back, I push my knee down, I sit on this knee here, on my laces. I switch, so I cut across, and I open my other leg here. It's what I call a staple, right? Knee on one side, toes on the other. All right? Now just getting here is important. There's a ton of things we can do from here. if I came down to my knees, you can close your half guard a little bit, but I still have the staple, right? So even if I don't do this part, and I kind of mess up a little bit, he's hanging on with his toes, but it's still not like a regular half guard. It feels like I'm in control more than he's in control, okay? But right now, we're gonna stay here like this, all right? I just want you guys to get here. The next thing I have to maintain control of is this knee. I don't want him like foolish and knocking me off balance with his knee. So I'm gonna have my arm and my body past that knee there. Okay? I don't need to hold here. I just need the forward pressure will open his knees. Look. You see, so his knees are spread like that. So it's more about my chest going here more than it is like doing something with my arm. It's about my chest being here. Okay? I just want to get to this position. We'll start to get into all this stuff in my head down and all this, but I just want to get to this position. And again, when I crawl, I come down to here, I just switch my knees. Okay? One more time. So again, I block the biceps. I get my thumbs up in the armpit. I push all my weight on his chest. Okay? Then I'm gonna find that knee in the middle. I walk back, and I get all the way down to combat base. I push to the side and I open. Okay? Making sure I don't do this and stick my foot on the outside. I stay stapled with my toes. I have this in control. Just here for now. Just bump. We'll get into it more from there. You guys have any questions on that? One more time, can you go to this side, Simon? And Alex, I'll use you. Diogo can watch one time. So again, I block the biceps with my elbows in tight, not like this. The elbows are in tight. And I'll find this. I push in the hip. Now I need to find that little knee spot in the middle. I walk backwards and I drop my base down. Now I'm going to drop this knee to that side and step this one up. And I have this staple. And I block his thigh. Less. My head doesn't want to be on this side of his head. My head wants to be on this side towards his thigh. This opens his legs. So we should be across. Across the wall. Sure. Yes. Oh yeah, I see the same angle. Yes. Alright, so then just stop here for now. We'll talk about arms and passing in a minute.